Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. We're jumping into a tech time machine all the way back to 2010 to revisit a phone that most people have long forgotten, the Samsung GT-i5510 Galaxy, also known as the Samsung Galaxy 551. So why talk about this phone in 2025? Well, because it's fascinating to see how far we've come. This little slider phone might seem ancient now, but back then, it was Samsung's bold attempt to merge the future and the past into one compact package. Let's take a look at what made the GT-i 5510 special, why it mattered, and how it holds up, if at all, 15 years later. Let's set the scene. The year is 2010. Android is just starting to take off. Apple has released the iPhone 4, and BlackBerry still thinks it owns the world. And then there's the GT-i 5510, a phone with a touchscreen and a full slide-out QWERTY keyboard. In 2025, where we now have foldables, AI-powered cameras, under-display everything, and terabyte storage in our pockets, this phone looks like a fossil. But back then, it was a clever hybrid, designed for people who weren't quite ready to give up physical keys, but wanted a taste of the touchscreen revolution. Looking at the Galaxy 551 today feels like holding a relic from a museum of mobile history. It had a 3.2-inch touchscreen, which was considered decent in 2010, but looks tiny in today's palm-stretching standards. The star of the show, of course, was the slide-out keyboard, and honestly, typing on it still feels kind of satisfying. There's a tactile joy in pressing real buttons, something you can't get from haptic feedback. The build was plastic, the design was thick, and it weighed around 117 grams. Not exactly light, but not heavy either. For 2010, it was practical. For 2025, it's adorably chunky. Let's talk specs and prepare to laugh a little. CPU, 600 MHz single core. RAM, 256 megabytes. Storage, 160 megabytes internal. Yes, megabytes. Expandable. Yes, micro SD up to 32 gigabytes. Camera, 3.15 megapixels, no flash. Battery, 1,200 milliamp hours. OS Android 2.2 Froyo, upgradable to Android 2.3 Gingerbread. In 2025, when even smartwatches have more power than this, these specs are laughably low. But remember, this phone was never trying to compete with high-end devices. It was for users transitioning from basic phones or BlackBerry-style devices into the world of Android. Today, these specs make the phone unusable for modern apps. Even opening the settings menu can feel like booting up Windows 98. So what's it like to use this phone in 2025? Short answer, you don't. Long answer, if you can find a working battery and somehow install an older version of Android apps from 2011, you might be able to send texts or make a phone call. But forget YouTube, Instagram, or even basic web browsing. Most apps simply won't run. And even if they did, though, the performance would be painfully slow. But that's not the point anymore. Today, the GT-i 5510 isn't about functionality, it's about history. This phone represents a very specific moment in tech history, the awkward but exciting transition from button phones to full-touch smartphones. It was part of a brief generation of devices that tried to offer the best of both worlds. Some people loved them, others skipped them entirely, but their existence helped bridge the gap and make people more comfortable with change. Samsung learned a lot from these experiments, and they used that knowledge to build the Galaxy S series, the Note series, and eventually the Z Fold and flip phones we have today. In a way, phones like the GT-i 5510 walked so the Galaxy Z Fold could run. So there you have it, the Samsung GT-i 5510 Galaxy in 2025. A tiny phone with a big personality. Now just a piece of tech nostalgia. It's slow, outdated, and totally unusable by today's standards. But it's also a reminder of how quickly things change, and how far we've come. If you enjoyed this little retro review, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech history content, and let me know in the comments. Did you ever own this phone, or maybe something like it? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious.